Hi, everybody. Hey, it's Jeanette. Oh, it's a little dark in here today. I'm kind of surprised, huh? Not sure what's going on. I may have to adjust my lighting here at some point. So, welcome, everybody, making sure everything's turned up. I've got YouTubers over here. Hello, everybody. And I've got Facebook up here, and then I've got an overhead camera to show what I'm doing here on the table. So, welcome, everybody. Share this video with friends. Oh, why not? Okay. I don't think I've ever seen that before, but we'll try that. Okay, so hi everybody. So for Chakatur, I am doing something kind of different over the next 10 days. This is day number 2. Yesterday, I did this little bird on this little twig, and it was really cute, but I'm going to say bye-bye to the bird. Now, this is Chakatur, so it's very, very easy. I'm going to bring Face Step Book down just a little bit, and I'm going to bring my YouTube down to my table here so you can see what I'm going to do. Okay, so first of all, we're going to erase. Super, super easy to do. You just need a spray bottle of water. I do use distilled water. I don't want any kind of minerals or anything in my my spray bottle. Little paper towel, and I'm going to start wiping. And this is chalk, so it's going to erase. Now, it's a hard chalk. It's a little bit different than your chalk that you use on your chalkboard, but it is still basically chalk. It was wet and it dried on, so that's why it doesn't erase like a chalkboard eraser would. So it does take a little bit of water. And I'm sorry I'm jiggling the table, guys. Hang on a little bit, okay? Because it might get a little bumpy. Didn't know you were going for a ride today. When you tune in, let me know. Give me a hashtag I'm here live so that I know that you've watched live. And if you watched on replay, just give me a hashtag replay so that I know who watched and can say hi to you too. Hope everybody's doing grand today. It's a beautiful day in the Arizona mountains today. Fall is finally hit. In fact, for those that don't know, I do live in the mountains of Arizona, and we have lots and lots of elk around us. And last night, because it's starting to get cooler in the night, the elk are starting to bugle. So last night we went to bed to the sounds of elk bugling, which was a lot of fun. Okay, Farm Fresh. This is the Chakatur transfer that I'm going to use. There's another piece to it, and I should have grabbed it. I think I already put it back. But it's a cute little milk can. Isn't that adorable there? And then it says Farm Fresh. Now, how am I going to fit all this on here? I'm going to play around with that a little bit. Okay, and we're going to do a schmear on here is what I keep calling this. I don't know if that's the correct term. It's not a Chakatur term necessarily, but I thought it was kind of cute. Okay, I'm going to start off with my milk can. And I do need to fuzz this one. This one here I have never, ever used. And you do have to fuzz them quite a few times before you ever get to where you don't fuzz them. In fact, there's few transfers that I have that I don't need to fuzz anymore. You fuzz them so that you can remove them from the board because they are very, very tacky, very, very sticky, and they can be hard to take off. So I'm going to put this right at milk cream on here, and I'll show you that in just a moment. Kind of center it. Nothing too fancy, but I'm leaving part of it off. I'm not going to put the whole thing on there. See that? See that? I thought that was kind of a unique way of doing it. And it's sort of like what I did with that bird yesterday, is that branch he was sitting on was much longer. That branch hung off over here. So it's kind of the same thing that I did yesterday. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut Farm and Fresh apart. You can easily do that. If I ever do another one, because they are reusable, I can always just stick them, just stick them onto my thing, onto my surface together. But right now I'm not going to do Fresh. I'm just going to do Farm. And these peel right off the backing. Save the backings, because once you clean them, you put them right back on the backing, and then you can use them several times. I've got one that I'm on about, I think it's 25. It's been a while since I've done it. I ought to get it out and try it again. I'm going to overlap this. Actually, I'm going to use this top. That's one thing I like too. If you've got a chance to use a straight edge, use that. It'll help you line things up. That's one thing I'm really bad about, is lining things up. Okay, now this is going to be a very subtle of a smear thing. I want the colors to be very similar. So I've got my bright white and I've got fresh linen on here. Super, super light gray, and then just my bright white. And I do need just a couple of, well, yeah, okay, I'm okay. My squeegees here. Okay, I am going to start off with I'm going to open both of these up, first of all. Okay, and then I am going to use my white more up along the top. So I'm going to dab this around kind of all over around the top of this. And I'm putting on quite a bit, more than I will ever need, that's for sure. But I'm going to put that on, kind of come on down here. And then what I'm going to do is take my other squeegee for my kind of a soft gray color here. And I'm going to kind of just smear that around down here at the bottom a little bit. Oops, I got a lump in that part. Oop, I don't think I picked up my lump. Okay. And if you do get lumps in it, just spray some distilled water in there, stir, and you should be good. Okay. Now I'm going to start at the top and run everything off. And I am going to close my lids. This is my personal little tip. If you're doing any of these where you're mixing your colors on your surface, close the lids, because I don't know how many times I got so involved in what I'm doing here, I forgot, and I took my squeegee and went to put it inside. And I mixed my colors in my pot. I really don't want to do that. Okay, start at the top. I'm going to start smearing this all the way down. My white's going to go clear off of this, almost too close to the edge there. And I'm going to start blending it in to the linen color. And, you know, as I'm going back up, sometimes that linen comes up to the top. That's fine. It's no big deal. Now, it's going to be very, very subtle. You can do this with stronger colors. I'm stuck to my table here. You can do this with much stronger colors, too. And I have got a lot of paste here. Let me wipe some of it off on my paper towel here. Now, this is paste. It's a chalk paste. This is not paint that I am using. Wipe it all down. I'm going to take a bigger squeegee. Squeegees come in several different colors. Those that I use the most are the minis. They're just handy, but occasionally you just need to get a big squeegee and get in there. And the squeegees even, there's one of them that's real big and has a handle that's probably 5 inches wide. It's a huge one. For some of those big projects, they're amazing. Okay. Now I'm going to start lifting things off. There is my farm. Gorgeous. I'm putting it in a pan of water over here. This, in case you're new to this, I'm putting it in a pan of water, even though it's got a sticky back. It actually, I have learned over time that water just kind of refreshes the stickiness. So if they start to get not sticky anymore, put it in water. It's the strangest thing ever. Okay, look at this. Very, very subtle. I hope you can see this on camera. It's very subtle. This up here is crisp and white. And then right about here, it starts getting into that lighter gray color. I love the way that turned out. It's so cute. Isn't that adorable? Now, this also has a base, which I honestly didn't think about, guys. So my base, when I set this in, I'm going to hide some of that, but that's going to be okay. I'm going to be all right with that. Just kind of slide that in, and there you have it. There's my little farm fresh smear. where I smeared it up, and I probably smeared it on my base, but again, that's okay. That's fine. It will work out great. Now, I am doing 10 days of projects using just this surface. This is the board and the base. It is a Chalk Couture surface. Very inexpensive. I can't think of the price of it right now, but it's very inexpensive. It does come with both. And of course, when you saw the bird earlier, it was sitting on the base going horizontally instead of vertically. So you can do either portrait or landscape with this, and maybe even a few others, because I've got 10 days of this, and I've got some projects that's going to have the surface, this chalkboard, off over here a little bit even. So I'm looking forward to some of those. Thank you guys for tuning in. You guys go have a creative day, and I will see you tomorrow. Hi, where I will erase all of this, and we'll start and do a totally different project on this same surface. So thank you guys for tuning in. Have a creative day. Bye.